What's good, everyone? This is your boy DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, giving you that raw content that you deservedly need. Shout out to New Media. Thank you for the hashtags, everyone. And before I start, gotta say all praise to the Most High. Let's have a great discussion. I've been thinking about this all day. Lonzo Ball, the type of season he's having. Before the season started, I was expecting him to really make some noise. He's been training with Clutch Sports. He has been working hard from the videos I've seen. So I assumed that Lonzo would average like 16 and 10 assists and be assertive. I'm not seeing that right now. There are a lot of factors. Yes, Lonzo is playing with selfish teammates. That's a fact. Also, they have Lonzo playing like a wing. He's not even playing like a point guard. And I'm questioning how the Pelicans are trying to use him. So much so that I even told a couple of brothers that Lonzo may need to be traded to a different team. And sometimes previous players in the past have been traded more than twice. Jason Kidd was traded 4 times, I believe. So 3 times, my bad. Sometimes a fresh start is needed. I'm going to ask Rev what he thinks about today's topic. What you think, Rev?
How you doing tonight, brother?
Doing well, my brother.
How's everybody doing tonight in the chat? Earlier, a few people were commenting on how much y'all enjoyed the video and some of the content that was on the video. I hate to be the heel tonight, but I have a feeling I might end up being the heel because, to be honest with you, I don't know if y'all are gonna like what I have to say, but I gotta say it and I gotta be honest and I gotta be real. Because if I'm not being real, I'm not being me. With that being said, Lonzo's youngest brother became the first player in Charlotte Hornets history to come off the bench as a rookie. I mean, well, not just Charlotte Hornets history, NBA history. The youngest player to get a triple-double. And this man is still not starting for the Charlotte Hornets. We talked earlier today about the narrative of the media, the way that the media portrays LeVar Ball and the obstacles his sons have had to go through because of how much the powers that be hate his sons. Look, man, for all of us, or I'm not going to say us, for all of the crowd that says Lonzo Ball is not being utilized right, Lonzo Ball needs to do this, he needs this opportunity, he needs that opportunity. I'm not saying I disagree at all, but I just want to pose the logical question. If his brother is the youngest player to ever record a triple-double, how in the hell do y'all think Lonzo's going to get into a situation where all these things fall in place? It's obvious that this family is always going to be fighting uphill because of how much the establishment hates them. So when me and DJ and Hoop Jargon and maybe a couple others have tried to be objective, it's been to prepare for what may be coming. If we're talking about Lonzo, the player, bust is a strong word. Bust is a strong word. It's a very strong word. And I understand the theory about the number 2 pick, but Lonzo has done some things in his career. At one point, he was the youngest player to ever record a triple-double. Lonzo's had some good stretches of basketball. So I don't want to use the word bust. When I think bust, I think Anthony Bennett. I think Greg Oden. I think names like that. slick, I think Markelle Fultz. Markelle Fultz can't stay healthy. But Lonzo is not at the level of a bust to me because I feel like Lonzo has the potential still, even if he never develops offensively consistently, he could be a Tony Allen type player where he puts pressure on on the offense. But yeah, I mean, y'all get ready. It's about to be a bumpy ride. DJ, back to you.
Thank you, my brother. And I'm looking at the comments. I see some people saying Lonzo is a bust. I won't go that far because you can't be a bust and have games. He had games where he had 16-7, so I can't be a hypocrite. Did he not live up to the number 2 pick? You could say that. You're more than right to say that. But I keep harping on this, and I've been saying this. Lonzo Ball, what he needed to do was to be a dog. He's too comfortable. You cannot be too comfortable in the NBA. He's playing like everybody on this team has him covered. He's taken care of. He's going to be a starter. He's going to get his check. You cannot be satisfied. When you see LaMelo play, it's like LaMelo's fighting for something. He's fighting for more. He wants more. That is the difference. From Lonzo, it's just like, well, I'm playing for an NBA team. I'm a great defender, so I know I'm starting. Oh, they said BI wants to get the ball more. Oh, they said BI is running more half-court sets. Okay, I'll just stand in the corner and just wait. In those situations, you got to speak up. You cannot sit back. And I think with the Lakers, I think Lonzo, since he was never the person to speak up, he will always tell his father what was going on instead of him just doing it. That was the difference. As for LaMelo Ball, as you can see, he's one of those people, no, I'm not going to tell everybody my problems. I'm going to handle it myself. That's that dog mentality. Some people have it, some people not. And others may say that's a beta male trait that Lonzo has. But it's not a strong trait. You cannot allow things to slide. If I was in Lonzo's position, right, if I had the skill like Lonzo, right, his height, talent, and if I was in this position, ain't no way I'm just going with the flow and everything's all right. No, I'm talking some shit. What they gonna do? Trade me? They trade me, I'll be great. He ain't got nothing to lose. So he has to be vocal. And yes, teammates will be pissed off, but so be it. You got a 19-year-old LaMelo Ball demanding a basketball when he was the top of the key because he saw one of the players ball hogging. He's a 19-year-old. You mean to tell me Lonzo at 23 can't do that? It's all about if he wants it or not. We can't want it more than him being fans. He has to want it. If not, they're going to ruin his career. My advice, man, I'm getting a call with Rich Paul. I'm saying, man, trade me to the best situation where they need a point guard and I could just play a point guard position. I could just do my thing. That's what I would do if I was Lonzo. I'm not putting it in the hands of the Pelicans. The Pelicans are trying to make him into a wing. It's pretty obvious so they can save money. This is the oldest trick in the book. Yeah, the Pelicans can do some things better with Lonzo. We've stated that earlier in this video. But Lonzo is at fault as well for not being a man about it.
It's a few comments I want to touch on, man. DJ, you ever seen the movie Rocky 3?
Absolutely.
There's a classic scene in Rocky 3. And if you would, brother, I want you to highlight this comment if you can. It's from Maurice Hamrick. He says, Y'all saying personality, man. Y'all saying personality. LeVar made them like that for a reason. When Lonzo gets with LaMelo, y'all will see it. Well, there's a classic scene on Rocky 3. I don't know if y'all ever seen Rocky 3, where Sylvester Stallone playing Rocky and he's sparring with Apollo Creed, and Apollo Creed's whooping his ass, and Rocky's looking lethargic and timid and docile. And Apollo gets mad. He's like, "What's wrong with you, Rock? What's going on? What's going on with you?" And Rock is like, "I'll do it tomorrow, man. I'll do it tomorrow." And Apollo started screaming to this man, "There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Like, why are y'all so certain?" On one instance, we got comments saying that Lonzo is blackballed. And then the next instance is, okay, when they all play together, I understand that we all have these aspirations and visions to see LeVar's dream come to fruition. But that's not a guarantee right now. We can't look down the road. Lonzo, see, I hope Lonzo's not thinking like this. This is starting to scare me, DJ. I hope Lonzo is not thinking like that. I hope he's not thinking when I get into the ideal situation. No. No. Professional athletes are supposed to deal with adversity. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. No, you got to go to the best of your ability while you're in New Orleans right now and try to take that shit, bro. Because if he keeps waiting on the perfect opportunity, first off, I don't want to believe Lonzo needs all that. I'm sorry. I don't want to believe that. I do not want to believe that Lonzo is so timid and fragile that he has to have the perfect situation to flourish. I think better of Zoe than that. I think better of Zoe than that. I don't think he needs the perfect situation to flourish. I just think he's going through a slump right now. The next game is going to tell us a lot about who he is. He's matching up against Luka Doncic. And I feel like I'm hoping that Lonzo comes out swinging. Because the same way that we're saying that Lonzo is being blackballed, y'all don't think LaMelo being blackballed? Come on. They got the same last name. They have the same exact last name. So if Lonzo is being blackballed, then LaMelo is being blackballed. But like I said, I don't feel like Lonzo is really taking all these excuses, man. I feel like Lonzo understands that he got to put the pedal to the metal. I really hope he's not going into games sitting in the corner thinking, man, if I was in the perfect situation. Because if that's true, I'm here to tell y'all right now, it's going to be hard for this kid ever to reach his maximum potential. Look, man, I got to do this since this was brought up. His brother, like AB the Hero said today, is in one of the worst situations any rookie has ever been in. And I say that because he's the number 3 draft pick. I just sent DJ a stat about 45 minutes ago. DJ, you know I'm not lying. That says LaMelo Ball is the first rookie. Well, not the first. He's the 4th person in history to score over 168 points, and it was some extravagant amount of rebounds and assists. And the only other 3 names that was on the list were Ben Simmons, LeBron James, and Magic Johnson. LaMelo is not in an ideal situation. LaMelo is not in the situation that his father wants him to be in. He's not in the system that his father built, but LaMelo is striving. I do not want to think, because I keep hearing this all over YouTube, that Lonzo has to have a near perfect situation to succeed. If that is true, that would explain why the hell he's struggling right now. But I hope that isn't true, though.
Most good, bro.
What's good, DKM, man?
What's cracking, DKM?
And before DKM goes in, because I know he will, it just sounds weird to say, oh, all Lonzo needs to do is get on his brother's team and everything will be great. He's the older brother. I hope Lonzo doesn't have that mindset. I hope that it's the type of mindset like I got to take control of my future. I got to take control of this situation because nobody's doing that. He has to speak more. If he doesn't, they're gonna just roll over him. So what you got, DKM?
But with Lonzo, bro, the story ain't changed too much the past few years. Like what you said there, you made a great point. It's like when people are talking about Lonzo, right? The excuses are running thin. We talked about Luke Walton was the problem when he first got to LA. New coach, ain't too much changed. We were talking about, oh, he's not had a full off season to prepare and work on his game. Not too much has changed. Like with him, I'm disappointed. Like, and I think everyone's disappointed because he's just not what not as good as advertised. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? But well, UCLA, so that's just a thing of the past. That's a thing of the past. Unless he goes to like a different situation, and that's the thing though. If we're down to our last excuse, which is he needs to go play with his brothers, you know what I'm saying, and like he can only be good in a situation with his brother with LaMelo, then nah, like what kind of player is that? You can only be good in this one specific environment. We don't see LaMelo have that problem. He succeeds like on his own merit. He doesn't need to be with his brother in the perfect situation to be successful. Nah, he adapts to the circumstances and makes the most of it. So I mean, Alonzo, bro, excuses are running thin, and if the last thing we got is he just needs to be with LaMelo, then he ain't got much of a case at all, to be honest. And that's just honest and real.
Yo,
So
my bad, DJ. I wanted to read this real quick, and you can go ahead. My bad.
absolutely.
Running back 2021 said, Melo gets to actually run the offense even if he's on the bench. These are lies, fam. These are
Yeah,
lies.
that's not true.
For the first 9 games, Melo was running the 2 and the 3. That didn't change until last night, until Melo started fanning people off in the third quarter. Once again, attitude and dog begets dog, man. What is it? Alexander Walker. You know, he got like 10 last names. I don't know what dude's name is that comes off the bench. But dude, I've seen Lonzo acquiesce to Walker Alexander, man. Like we get look. I'm not gonna go off like EBT TV or nothing like that. I'm not about to go on rant screaming, calling Lonzo a scrub and nothing like that. Because I feel like that's not true. That's not true. He could be a solid, at least he could be a solid role player on a contending team. But like DKM said, man, maybe this star. Man, can I just be real with y'all, man?
Go
Be
ahead.
real.
Can I just be real? Look. After that LaMelo Lonzo game, man. Look, it's certain things as an athlete that should get you up. DKM has one of the best sports YouTube channels on here. DJ does as well. I'm sure these gentlemen wake up every day thinking what they can do to make their channels the best channels on YouTube. It's a driving factor of why they do what they do. I am struggling to find the rationale or reason for Lonzo's performance Friday night. Like the Hooper in me has a hard time accepting that he played that way. I'm not even talking about the shots being missed. I'm not talking about Melo hitting the 3. It's the NBA. You know what I'm saying? NBA players, they're supposed to be able to hit a 3. I get all of that. The problem I'm having is if that game doesn't get you up, what will get you up? Forget Stan Van Gundy. Forget the Pelicans organization, because I'm sure Rich Paul is notifying him if he's in trouble to be traded or what opportunities are out there. So the writing is starting to be on the wall. If you follow local New Orleans media and what they're saying about Zoe is the fall guy for the Pelicans right now. I'm not saying I agree, but that's what's being put out there. If you don't have nothing to lose anyway, and this is your night with your little brother, and you see your little brother is trying to kill you, bro, like it has to be. And even AB said this. He was at the game. He said he felt like on his channel. He said it. He said he felt like Lonzo wasn't really into the game, and he wasn't excited about playing the game. When your mentality has gotten to that point, for me, is worrisome for you long term. And that's why I worry when I read these comments. Oh, well, Zoe needs angels to come down from heaven, and he needs Chino Hills to be Charlotte. I mean, like it's just like, bro, this is not gonna happen on a night in and night out basis. That's why they crown a champion, because the champion has to go through adversity. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that it seems like y'all are saying the only way he can succeed is if he play with his brothers, or if the coach believes in him. He's a third, fourth option right now, man. A lot of front offices are not bringing in Lonzo Ball to be a number one option. Are y'all ready to accept that? Even if he go play with Melo, it's time to accept this now. If he goes to play with Melo, y'all know Zoe is no longer going to be a number one option. And depending on what other players are under contract, Zoe might come off the bench. Are y'all ready for this reality? So I'm hoping, like I said, the things that y'all are saying are wrong, and Lonzo's not thinking like this. But I saw his press conference today, and it was terrifying.
Yo, Rev.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, Rev. I want to respond to what you said because you made some interesting points there. And it's like, it comes down to the excuses again, bro. People were talking about, oh, the Pelicans offense is horrible, bro. Now you got Van Gundy. Like, how much longer can you keep blaming the coach? How much longer can you blame LeVar for causing distractions? How much longer can you blame, like, you know what I'm saying, injuries and health? Because these were all the excuses. Like, all the excuses we had in the past. Can you guys hear me? Am I not right? Can you guys hear me better now?
I can hear you. You're a little muffled, but I hear you, bro.
What about now? Am I better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Right, I'll just speak really loud. Fuck it. Right, basically, with Lonzo, it's like the excuses are running so thin, and people talking about being in a different environment, in a different situation, right? For him, he ain't going to be the number one option, like you said, because you don't just get handed being the number one option on a team. You got to go earn that right. A team isn't going to, like, give you the keys based on what you might become. You have to show them what you already are, and then they decide upon themselves, okay, is this the guy they want to build around, right? We have an emotional attachment to Lonzo, so we give him a little more props and does than other players, okay? We give him more respect. Other NBA teams are just looking at him like any other player. They're not thinking, okay, I'm going to build my franchise around this guy. What has he done in the NBA to warrant a team taking that risk? Because he looks like he doesn't want it. And to the person in the chat that's saying Demo got to be in his ear like JJ is on Melo, this is another thing. Demo. Who the hell is Demo? On some real, like, bro, that's your personal trainer. Demo. Like, no real disrespect in a sense. But you can't compare Demo to Jermaine Jackson. Jermaine Jackson played in the league. Jermaine Jackson is respected by multiple organizations. Demo, what? It's just a friend of Lonzo's who he made his trainer. He gave a bag that, you know what I'm saying, work and just follow him around on his journey. You know what I mean? So maybe Lonzo needs some new people around him. Maybe it's something as simple as that, because, bro, he doesn't look motivated and he doesn't want it at all. If you can't get motivated to play your brother and not even once at the game go at him, not even one play, take it to him, that's deeper than performance. Because, like, bro, people are saying, when you compare the pair's skill sets, LaMelo and Lonzo, LaMelo's a little more skilled. He's got a better handle. But Lonzo should be able to make up for that because he's naturally more athletic. But now he's probably statistically a better shooter, and he's stronger. So he's more athletic, he's stronger, but he's not quite as skilled. There shouldn't be such a gap in their offensive production and their scoring ability. He got to work on his handle. He got so much work he needs to do to his game. I think that used to be finishing around the basket. Bro, this guy's got, and I can't believe this. It seems like it was only in the NBA we noticed like how.
Hey, BKM, I gotta step in, man. I gotta step in and say this.
Go ahead.
Because people in the comments are just mad for what you said. For saying that, and I think he meant Demo. He already knows Demo's a manager and Chris Johnson is a trainer. We get that. It's even worse. Demo being Lonzo's manager, I don't think he's been in his ear. I don't think he's, just like, come on, man, you can't be playing like this. But I know Jermaine does it, and I know Jermaine's a dog from what I've seen. See, that's the problem with Zoe. I think he has too many comfortable people around him. And when you have too many comfortable people around you, you're not going to play your best. You got to be surrounded by dogs. Look at LaMelo's team. He's surrounded by dogs, man. Dudes from the hood, dudes that are respected. It's the real deal over there. Yeah, Wealth Engineering says Demo's laid back. That's even worse. You don't want to be around laid back people because you get too comfortable. I bet you after the game between LaMelo Ball, Demo's probably like, you know what, Zoe? You got him next time. And Zoe's probably like, yeah, you're right. Let's on to the next game. See, you don't need people. If you're in the NBA, if you're in any profession, that's the worst type of people you need around you.
Yo, DJ, can I address the people calling me a culture vulture in the chat?
Absolutely, my brother.
Right. This is what I want to say to you guys. Well, we're talking about like people around you, right, and the type of influence that makes. I want to ask you, both of you guys, a yes or no question. LaMelo, do you think Jermaine Jackson's mentality as a quote dog that Detroit, you know what I'm saying, where he came from, has had an impact on the way Melo approaches the game and how he handles himself?
Absolutely,
right? So if you've got someone like Demo who's laid back, right? Like Demo, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Lonzo needs some people that are on at him. Like, is Demo the type of guy that's going to hold him accountable? You know what I'm saying? Like, in a sense that, bro, you can't just have people, your friends around you when you're in this business. You got to have people that are going to get the best out of you. And if Lonzo had a Jermaine Jackson type figure around him, who's to say that wouldn't get the best out of him on the court? And that's what people say I make videos supporting them and this. Listen, each brother is their own individual player, okay? LiAngelo is an individual, Lonzo is an individual, LaMelo is an individual, even LeVar is an individual, okay? When I cover objectively, right, I don't package them all together like you guys do, right? I rock with the family, I mess with them, I support them. If I think LaMelo's all world and I think LaMelo's a superstar, and I don't think Lonzo's is good, or LiAngelo's is good, I'm going to say that, and that doesn't mean I rock or mess with them any less. It's just the truth. They're better than, one's better than the other. One's not playing as well. LaMelo's playing really good. I'm going to make a video supporting him. Obviously, I'm still supporting Lonzo when I criticize him, but he's not playing very well at the moment. So you think I'm going to go in here and tell you it's all roses with Lonzo? Nah. You know what I'm saying? People got to understand, bro, that like people want me and people want DJ and people want Rev to just be puppets for the family. Like people talking about, bro, like I don't really mess with them, but bro, I flew out 12 hours to go to Las Vegas to watch them play at the BBB All-American game. I've spoke with LeVar on several occasions. I've met LiAngelo. I've seen them in London. I've traveled across the world on my own merit with my own money. I've bought from Big Baller Man to support them. You know what I'm saying? I hype them up whenever possible, but I'm also real with you guys at the same time. I'm not going to mislead you guys into thinking Lonzo's a superstar when he ain't playing like that. He ain't playing close to that, and he hasn't been close to as good as advertised in the NBA. So, yeah, LeBron's surrounded by his friends, but Rich Paul, bro, Antonio, bro, what do you know, bro? Listen, I'm not gonna address no comments anymore, bro. Like, nah. I'm gonna pass it to one of you guys. This is
Look,
definitely
man, I'm smoking because what y'all saying is lame as shit. So I'm trying to calm my nerves, bro. Nobody about to get on this platform. Running back 2021. This is Rev saying it's not DJ and not DKM. Nobody about to get on this platform and see the guy have a bad game and not speak on it. That's not switching sides. Like I've said before, if you're a real supporter, you want the player to do good. You don't live in delusions and act like if a person has a bad game and someone's critiquing them, they're jumping to the other side. I'm not off the bandwagon. I don't think DKM is off the bandwagon. No one's saying that. We're just saying we would like to see him do certain things to make himself better. That's what we're saying, because we don't want to see him out the league, because we don't want to see him be a role player. But we're not going to sit here and ignore the fact they just gave Brandon Ingram the bag. They keep drafting guards. The color analysts are starting to hint at the possibility of Lonzo being the fall guy. Come on, man. The league doesn't work like that. You don't go from being a third option anymore on a team to being a first option. Guys that end up doing that, even if they become the first option, they end up bouncing around to multiple teams in the league. And I don't want to see that for Lonzo. No one has to agree with everything that Lonzo Ball does. That's not a fan. That's not a supporter. That's a sucker, man. That doesn't make sense. And we don't know the races of half of the people in here. How you gonna single out DKM and call him a culture vulture when I see several culture vultures on here not doing anything but agreeing with the Ball family while all along not really supporting them? So call it like it is. It ain't no damn narrative. It's bad numbers right now. It's bad basketball. I don't look at the media. I put the media on the grill today. What are you talking about? I'm looking with my eyes and I'm seeing bad basketball. That's what that is. It's bad basketball. And we've all seen situations like Stephon Marbury when he wasn't getting treated right by the Knicks. A lot of people laughed at him, but it was a power move and it paid off when he moved to China. He refused to play for an organization that was treating him like such. Now, if we're saying Lonzo is getting blackballed to the extent where it's damaging the amount of money he can earn from his family, he has to do something. He has to do something in order to change the narrative. And just like DJ says, if it takes going to Rich Paul and having a meeting with the front office, it's time for Lonzo to do that. I'm not calling Lonzo a beta male. I'm not saying anything derogatory about Lonzo as far as who he is as a man. I'm saying my problems are he's inconsistent on the court. And if the coaches are doing this and the front office is doing it, I think it's the front office, then I think Lonzo needs to put his foot down. But to expect to come to someone's channel and DJ has to censor what he says about a bad game. The man had 5 points on national television, bro. The man had 5 points on national television. He had a shit game. It's to the point where when Lonzo has a game on national TV, and I've been rocking with Lonzo since UCLA through the Lakers, I'm a Lakers fan. Bro, people know when Lonzo has a game on national TV, he may not show up. That doesn't mean it has to stay that way. And Curry just had 62 the other night. Stop playing, Antonio. You trolling. Stop playing. You trolling.
Bro, you know what I can't stand? Here's us three brothers, right? Giving solutions to help Lonzo's situation, right? To speak with his agent, be more vocal so his teammates do not hog the ball. We said all this. But they just want, it seems like they just want Lonzo to let all this shit happen. They want him to be comfortable, to trust that the coaching staff will do the right thing. That's what they want. For Maurice Hamrick for saying that y'all acting like Zoe out the league. We never said that. Matter of fact, Rev even said Zoe's not a bust. Are y'all even listening? That's the problem. You only want to hear what y'all want to hear. Y'all don't want to hear about the truth. Most of y'all.
Yes.
And
Y'all don't,
that's that Fox News shit. That's all
yeah.
media. That's all media. We're not doing that. Look, bro, he said, what were we saying about Steph Curry before the 62-point game? Bro, look, I believe Lonzo has immense potential, and I can think he could be as good as he wants to be. I think he could be an all-star. I think he has the size. I think he has the speed. I think he has all of that. But we're not going to say at this point in their career, Lonzo Ball is Steph Curry. Once again, this is the kind of stuff that doesn't sound like support. It sounds like fanaticism. And this is why I got offended when the dude came on there calling everybody fans and talking down to people, because we are objective and we do want this brother to succeed and the rest of the family to succeed. But just like they're talking about Jermaine Jackson, listen to this. Jermaine Jackson said on his live last night that Melo gets frustrated when he watches film with me because I tell him everything he did wrong, to the point where LaMelo says, damn, I can't do nothing right. That's how you get better. That's how you get better. I hope Lonzo ain't got a bunch of people in his corner right now telling him, oh, man, you need to go to the perfect team. Oh, man, they got you sitting in the corner. Nah, man, that's not what Lonzo needs to hear right now. Lonzo needs somebody in his corner. And I'm not saying Debo's not doing that. I'm not knocking any of the brothers over there or whoever's supporting him because I don't know the situation. But I would hope they're encouraging him to go and get his bag, work on his game. And if the front office is not willing to move things in his direction in some way, shape, form, or fashion, that he requests a trade. If you feel like that's harsh and jumping off the bandwagon, hey, man, I don't know what to tell you.
And also the hip hop analyst, I get what you're saying, the tone, but DKM was being nice. I've heard some harsh YouTube critics that say they're fans of Lonzo Ball. This was the nicest I've heard. And all he said was maybe they're being too coddling. They're coddling Lonzo. It has to. Look, he's not even. Come on, man. You got BI shooting 31 times. And you don't even yell at him for that? You don't pull him aside like, come on, what the hell are you doing?
Y'all setting yourself up for a sad ass day. I see it coming. Y'all
Like,
are setting yourself up
come on, man.
for a sad ass day. Like real rap. Like, come on, man. Like DKM said, we love Lonzo. But our love for Lonzo is not going to trump. Everyone in here always talks about, including me, how the Ball family is blackballed. We always talk about this. What team is going to do Lonzo favors if they're blackballed in the league? I just told y'all that his little brother just made history by being the youngest person to ever record a triple-double, and he coming off the bench still. So you mean to tell me if Lonzo continues to play the way that he's playing, teams is just going to be wanting to throw the bag at him? If he's being blackballed? Now, is he being blackballed or is he not being blackballed?
Rev, you see this, man? Dante Layton says Lonzo scoring 5 points isn't why they lost. See, this is the shit I'm talking about, man. Deflecting. He scored 5 points playing against his brother. Come on, man.
Bro,
you know the Pelicans got a lot to work on, but come on, we can't make excuses, man.
Dante Layton, bro, I would advise you to go to the Knicks beat writer who covers the Knicks that just said tonight that the Knicks didn't even think Melo was good enough to draft up and get Melo. And you talking about they gonna go get Lonzo? Like I said, you setting yourself up for a sad day, bro. Y'all are setting yourself up for a sad ass day. DK, my bad, brother. Go ahead.
Bro, listen. Like half the stuff I'm seeing in the comments, bro, it ain't even what we're saying, bro. Nobody said the 5 points was the reason the Pelicans lost. Listen, what we gotta understand with Lonzo is, bro, there is no reason he couldn't be as good as LaMelo. He is stronger, he's better defensively, and bro, they're saying that we getting on we're being too harsh. You got people saying Lonzo's gonna be out of the league. People saying he should come on. We ain't going that far. I believe he's a starter in the NBA. But just because I don't believe and trying to sell you guys that all three of these boys are going to be superstar MVP players, does that mean I'm all of a sudden like a coach about him, like I hate her? Does that mean like we ain't really rocking with this family, bro? Like, bro, realistically, there's a couple of stars in the world in basketball. It's okay if one of them's a role player, one of them's a starter, and one of them's a superstar. By the looks of things, if there's one superstar of the three, it's gonna be Melo. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it up being. Let's keep it up. And people say like I'm like a Melo fanboy, bro. There's nothing but positive things to say about LaMelo because of the way he's playing on the court. It ain't a personal thing. If Lonzo was playing the way Melo's playing, he'd get all the flowers in the world from me. But the thing is, you guys talking about different situations, this and that. When do the excuses stop for Lonzo? At what point? What would it take for all of us to come on here and just be like, maybe Alonso isn't as good as we thought he might have been? At what point? Because how much longer can we keep making these excuses? All the excuses we made for him in previous years, that why he wasn't being successful, like he's got minutes, he's got new coaches, he's had all of this, he's had new situations, and it's just the same Lonzo Ball. You know what I mean? It's just the same Lonzo Ball. It's the same game, same production. And you're not just going to get handed an opportunity. You have to go get that. LaMelo was coming off the bench, and he's like, okay, I'm going to show you that I deserve to be a starter. I'm going to play so well that I'm going to force you to make me a starter. And he still can't start. It's taken him getting triple doubles off the bench to even get in the starting lineup. What would happen if Lonzo was put in the same position LaMelo is right now, coming off the bench? Bro, I think it would be real ugly. He wouldn't be getting no triple doubles, busting a gut to try and get there. It looks like he doesn't want it. That's what it means. When you're playing against your brother in the NBA, you've got the chance to ISO him, and you just pass it off. There's a part of basketball where there's some pride that comes with it. Like you should want to be better than your brother. You should want to get the better of that matchup individually. He doesn't care enough about that stuff. He's unselfish to a fault. And in terms of the media and the way the Pelicans media get on him, bro, he's an easy target. He's the easiest target in the world. He makes himself an easy target because of his demeanor. And if he's talking about stuff like playing, okay, well, G Money, if you've got some good points, bro, feel free to come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure DJ can open this up, and if you want to come and rebel what I'm saying, like, if you disagree with what I'm saying, bro, like, DJ Rev, am I wilding right now? If I'm capping, if I'm wrong, let me know, bro. But
You're
for
not
me,
you're
this is
not
just what I see.
capping. You're not wrong, bruh. Like I said, if you want to set yourself up for a sad ass day, keep on with this bullshit. And if anybody is thinking that I'm a Pelicans fan and I'm saying that the Pelicans' number one problem is Lonzo Ball, you super tripping. Bro, if Lonzo leaves the team tomorrow, I'll never watch another game. If I want to watch 21 Second BI, I can go to Lifestyle Fitness, bro, and watch a game of 21. So y'all stop capping, man. No one is saying Lonzo is the problem with the Pelicans, but the Pelicans have already stated their intentions. They gave BI the bag. So stop talking about the offense in BI. They have paid this man. Every game I watch, they're talking about how great of a distributor he is. They're obviously not seeing what we're seeing and do not care what we think. So Lonzo has to go in that locker room with that same mentality. They don't care if I get the bag. They don't care if I'm out of the league. They're blackballing me and my family. My brother can't even get a look, and I've been in the NBA 4 years when the lesser players have gotten more. He has to take that mentality on the court every night and try to wreck shit. Does that mean he's going to hit every shot? No. Does that mean he's not going to have any turnovers? No. But you got to have the want to. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. I hope Lonzo does not think the way that y'all be talking in the comment section. If he's thinking like this, he is not going to last in the league. He has to know when I see, look, and I'm not comparing them onto a degrading of Lonzo or nothing like that. Melo playing like he knows what's on the line. When I listened to that live with Jermaine Jackson last night, Jermaine Jackson basically said that they understand there's some funny shit going on with the starting lineup. They understand what situation they're in. but they still come to work and they still try to be the best player that ever lived. That's what we need to start hearing from Zoe in these post-game interviews. We need to see more of him fanning BI to the corner. Oh, well, that's not the system. He's not going to be in the system much longer anyway if he keep playing like this. They're going to trade him. So
Yo,
what do you have to lose?
Rev, you know what's so crazy, man? And I know you're gonna go in on this. The game Lonzo versus LaMelo, right? When LaMelo was ISO'd with Lonzo, he fanned one of the Martin twins off to take that shot. That's what you got to do. Don't worry about if my teammates gonna be mad and all that shit. F all that. They're trying to trade you. They're trying to lower your value. You got to take it in your hands. Is that wrong for saying that, brother?
It's not wrong, and nobody's comparing brothers to downgrade Lonzo. Man, y'all want me to cut my eyes out my head? Is that what y'all want me to do? Like, just take my eyes out my head and stop looking at the games? Like, what is that what y'all want? Y'all want us to ignore what is in our face? No one is downgrading Lonzo. We're just saying what we see. Just like y'all are telling us stuff that we feel like is imaginary, make-believe, and is not existing right now. We're just telling you what we see on the court. And what we saw on the court on Friday night on national television, the last time we saw Lonzo Ball, was 5 points and a lack of aggression. It's not even just about the 5 points. I don't care if Lonzo's missing the shots. To see him aggressive is a thing of beauty. He doesn't even have to shoot the ball. I want to see him aggressively, consistently get into the paint. It's not the system. Once again, I keep seeing people say trade him. We all feel like there's a chance that Lonzo could be traded. So what does he have to lose? We see players all the time on the brink of getting traded, and we talk about this all the time. The NBA is the most selfish league when it comes to personal stats. It is the most selfish league when it comes to personal stats. I've seen guys that know that they're about to get traded start trying to stat pad to get their numbers up so they can go get the bag. Bro, this is nothing new that I'm saying.
Bro, to the chat, right? I want to ask you guys a serious question. The chat. If Lonzo gets traded, let's say you get your wish, Zoe gets traded, and we see more of the same stuff in a different location under completely new circumstances, what's your excuse then? What we gonna say then, bro? Like, it's a matter of wanting it. LaMelo clearly is trying to be an all-time great. Like, he has that mentality. He's prepared to put in that work. That he's going to get that. Like, that's what he's trying to accomplish. I don't know what Lonzo wants for himself. I don't know what Lonzo's trying to accomplish in his career. He was talking about most improved player. He put those expectations on himself. He said, tweeted out Bleacher Report and said, make sure to post my stuff next year after the bubble, okay? Let me get Lonzo's stats right now, because right now, let's say the season ended today. This is what Bleacher Report would post. He asked them to post his stats next year, obviously hoping to have like a much better year than before. They'd post 12.4 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 4.4 assists on 39% shooting from the field, less than last year. Like, and I understand it ain't all about the stats, right? It ain't all about the stats for Lonzo, because he is in a situation where he's standing in the corner. He's basically not playing point guard, okay? But sometimes you make the system change by playing so well. You got to play so well that it makes the coach like want to change the system around you, okay? And he's in a situation now where it's like, bro, we talk about a lack of aggression. He drives to the paint with the intention of kicking it out every single time. What the hell is that all about? What's that about? Can the chat that's sticking up to him explain that? Justify that to us. He drives to the basket. He's 6'6", built like a brick shithouse. Okay? He's strong. Why does he drive with the intention of passing? He's scared to go to the free throw line in year 4. He's getting a free throw attempt every 4 games. He hasn't improved on that aspect of his game at all since coming into the league. He's a great player. He does some really good stuff really well. He's like, as an overall player, he's got some great talents. He's a great rebounding point guard. He's a great defensive point guard. He's a great ball distributor. In the fast break, he's as good as anyone. But his half-court game coming into the NBA was non-existent. He's improved his shooting form, and that's about it. He's a little better shooter than he was. Like, yeah, exactly. He misses layups. You know what I'm saying? He's got no layup packages. Like, man, I want what's best for him, but he's running out of time. If this is your contract year, and you're being as passive as this, just throwing the ball at Ingram every time, I don't know what to say to you, bro. Red, take it away, bro. Like,
But from the person that said Melo got Puma behind him, bruh, I don't know if you've been checking, but Puma ain't nowhere near hot when it comes to basketball shoes. Like niggas is not my bad. Ninjas is not knocking down the door to, you know what I'm saying, sign with Puma other than the fact they giving out bags. So once again, even LaMelo going to Puma versus going to a Nike is a risky move because Puma's trying to get back into basketball. It is once again a move that takes some kind of fortitude. I was just responding to that. That has nothing to do with Zoe. I want to reiterate one more time what I'm saying about Lonzo. This is me saying it. It's not DJ saying it. I didn't hear DKM say that. So don't say they are questioning his love. I don't know if DKM is. I don't know if DJ is. I am. Because when I watch, just like my brother AB the Hero, someone who's around the family, asked himself the question at the game, does Zoe still enjoy playing basketball? Man, y'all go look at the Pelicans media availability today and look at the interview with Lonzo. Lonzo looks sad as hell, man. He looks sad as hell. And yes, it could be the system. And once again, I would be sad as hell too if I had to play my entire career with Kyle Kuzma and B.I. I would be sad as well. But players have options. Get the word out that you want to trade. Make it difficult to be around. That's why players do all of this stuff. When they don't want to be on the team, they make it known that they don't want to be on the team. Look, man, Lonzo just denied the Pelicans an extension. He's coming up on a contract year. Y'all think the Pelicans don't want to trade him? What are they losing in their minds? What are they losing? They don't want to pay him anyway. So if Lonzo want to get out of there, I want Lonzo to be vocal. And I want Lonzo to stand up for himself and go get what he deserves. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to try to project on what he'll do at the next stop. Hell, he might go out there and be an all-star. I hope he is. But right now, if he's going to be on his team, starting tomorrow when he plays Luka Doncic, he has to come out with his hair on fire. And one game isn't good enough. He needs to start picking up the pace. Now is the time for Lonzo to show either other teams or show the Pelicans that, hey, I know what your system is, but this system isn't the best way to play basketball. Oh, that doesn't happen in the NBA. You're a liar. We just saw it happen with the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets was icing out Melo. They were doing all kind of stuff, bringing them in the game for 2 minutes, taking them out for 3 minutes, all kind of stuff. Still succeeding because of mentality. All I'm saying is Lonzo has to have a mentality that wants to be great. And if him and Ingram are homeboys, like somebody said, like last week, it's time for him to have a conversation with Brandon Ingram. Because y'all are absolutely right. Before New Orleans, Lonzo kept Brandon Ingram afloat. Last year, I heard somebody say in the comments that, okay, well, he got Brandon Ingram played last year. No, he didn't. Brandon Ingram started the birth of 21 Second BI when he got to New Orleans because there was no Bron around. There were no alphas. So he felt like, okay, I'm not in LA no more, but this is my team. So that was the birth of 21 Second BI. And that's why they're allowing him to play this raggedy-ass style because the New Orleans Pelicans feel like that style can be successful and it gives them a shot at 2 all-stars, potentially.
Man, I had to read this. Ra U Akbar Says Stan Van Gundy won't let him run the way LaMelo coach do. Stan want him to be a spot-up shooter. Well, you're right on spot-up shooter part for Lonzo. But don't act like the Hornets are allowing LaMelo to have full control and be a total point guard. That's not happening there either. If that was the case, he would have more stats. I mean, it's y'all got to face the reality, the difference, or the reason why one is excelling right now. And that's because if you listen to Jermaine Jackson's Instagram Live, they were talking about controlling what they can control. That's the difference. LaMelo's not allowing them to ruin his future. For some reason, when LaMelo is playing, even as a backup, he's playing with his hair on fire. He's giving it all he has because he don't know what this team trying to do with him. That's what Lonzo has to do.
You know, DJ.
Yeah, what's up?
Again, another point I want to make, right, is the difference between the two. You look at their stats, right? There ain't too much different. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're probably averaging around the similar points per game. Melo's are probably slightly better, but like LaMelo's stats like right now aren't too different to like Lonzo's in previous years, right? The difference is when LaMelo's on the court, he tries to make something happen every time he gets the ball. He's trying to do something. He makes the most of every second he's got out there. You know what I mean? Whether he's missing shots, taking bad shots, making good decisions, bad decisions, playing well, he's always trying to do something. He's always trying to make something happen. Lonzo starts out the game all right. He gets himself 6 points. Halfway through the first quarter, you check the game at the end of the game, he's got, like in the fourth quarter, he's got 11 points. And he will genuinely allow teammates to just freeze him out of the game. You know what I'm saying? Just like allow, like, there's got to be a bit of competition. You can't just be so team-oriented and unselfish because you're sitting back and allowing these other point guards to get looks and do okay. You're like, cool, bro, on you go. But that guy's trying to take your spot. Nickeil Alexander-Walker wants to be the starting point guard. Kyra Lewis wants to be the starting point guard eventually. And you're just allowing them to get theirs while showing no hurry to get yours. You know what I'm saying? You're just content with, he seems just so content with mediocrity. And it's a mindset, it's a mentality, bro. You were talking about how he looks like he doesn't love the game of basketball. Like, we don't know that. We're talking about the way he plays and approaches the game. He didn't, when you look at his interviews, he didn't seem like overly excited about playing LaMelo. LaMelo had a big smile on his face. Happy. And it's not that I don't like Lonzo. I want what's best for Lonzo, bro. Lonzo is, you know what I'm saying? I followed Lonzo for years, bro. I stayed up late night. Bro, I stay up late night. I ruined my whole sleeping pattern to watch this guy play. And he doesn't give as much effort. Like, it's not so much effort, bro. Like, man, it's frustrating. I'm Rev and DJ, bro. You guys know it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
It's very frustrating. So somebody made the comment, and you know, I'm here to talk to y'all, man. We can disagree. It is what it is. But let's just talk about it, man, because a lot of people have been asking us every night, let's talk about Zoe. So we're gonna talk about Zoe. But goddamn, nobody is entitled to agree with everything. The Amigos, he says his impact on the Pels is the reason they win. Once again, I would advise you to go to media availability. It's on YouTube for the New Orleans Pelicans. And Lonzo just said before they played the Hornets, he is the reason why. This is what Lonzo Ball said. So I guess y'all need to run up on Lonzo and tell him not to jump off the bandwagon. He said the reason why they lost those 2 games was because of him. Go look at the media availability. This is what he said. Now, I guess Lonzo is not a Lonzo supporter, and I guess Lonzo is a culture vulture because Lonzo felt like he was the reason they lost those last 2 games. Y'all need to stop posting stats talking about 12, 4, and 4. That's not the problem. The problem is the knack on LaMelo and Lonzo, since we're talking about how we always big up LaMelo and down Lonzo. No, the knack on both of them was inefficiency. They are not judged, and DJ's been saying this forever. They are not judged on the same standard because, like we all agree, they are white ball or black ball, whatever you want to call it. So if we know that they have all of these odds stacked up against them, like Jackie Robinson when he was the first African American to play in the MLB, he had to do things almost perfect in order to succeed because things were stacked up against him. Same thing with Kurt Flood, the shortstop for the Cardinals, who went against the system and they blackballed him and they got him out of the league because he was the first one to demand free agency. LeVar Ball is that kind of figure. He is destroying the system. He is disturbing the system. So we keep bringing up Melo because we're showing you that Melo is playing at a much higher clip and he's still getting mistreated. So what do you think they're going to do with Zoe, 12, 4, and 4, but he's shooting 28% from normal field goals and he's shooting 30% from the three-point line? Come on, man. That's their knock on the Ball family. They're inefficient. They can't shoot. They can't score. They're the old way of point guards. That's all the media cliff notes. And all we're saying is we want to see Zoe go against those lies. We want to see Zoe prove them wrong. And it doesn't help when Zoe himself is, and I appreciate it because to me it shows that at least he's man enough to, speak what's on his mind and say that he needs to play better. But it doesn't help when Zoe himself is in a damn press conference looking sad as hell. I'm the reason we lost. I lost these last 2 games. And then they asking him about playing his brother, and he says he's going to be more aggressive. And the next game, he's not aggressive. So that's all we saying, man.
Yeah, I got to read this. Jason Zimmerman, shout out to him. He said LeVar tried to tell Zoe that he didn't have any friends in the league. Doesn't seem like he listened. You could say what you want about LeVar, but when he tells his kids advice about, like when he said there's not too many good women when you're in the NBA and you're famous, he was right. Same with basketball. When he tells his kids, you can't trust everybody. You got to make sure you do what's best for you and you take charge. So if Lonzo could ever take that advice, I think his career could go on the up and up. Yes, Lonzo's averaging 12, 5, and 4, but he's playing 38 minutes. And the shooting percentages are not great. That's got to be fixed. You got to have more consistency. To those who are listening to the channel, can you at least admit that Lonzo has not been consistent on offense? Can you at least do that? Because that's all we're saying. We're just tired of it.
We're tired of the mindset and inconsistency.
What you said, DKM?
No, it wasn't. It was just a little to second what you were saying. We're tired of the mentality approach to the game and the inconsistency. That's what we're tired of.
Exactly.
I want to pose the channel this question, and this might be damn near blasphemous, but I gotta ask the question, man. None of y'all know of stories of parents who train their children to do something, and once their children become adults, they just may not really want to do that. Say one day Lonzo comes to that point. Are y'all still going to be supporters in whatever he does? Are y'all going to go out there and support the brother if he wants to be an activist, or support him if he wants to be a rapper and not joke on him? I mean, is it the end of the world if the kid just doesn't have a love for the game? Like, is it the end of the world? Like because the way we speak is disturbing to me, because we're saying that failure is not an option. And if we critique him, then we are destroying a narrative of what we have in our mind. But what if Lonzo is just at a point where this is not what he loves to do? Because once again, I got to take AB the Hero's word over anyone else's because he knows the family. He's been around the family. And for him to come back from that game and say he questions whether Lonzo still has a love for the game, Lonzo has been through a lot of stuff, man. He's been through a lot of psychological trauma. He's a young father. What if it's just a thing where he's gotten to a point where it was his father's dream and maybe that's not his dream? Are you still going to be a supporter? This is what I mean about supporting someone, regardless of if they do good or bad, but being realistic in our expectations and being realistic in what we want to see for them to succeed. And that's what confuses me. It's like we don't want to look, the situation head on. I say it all the time on this channel. I say to DJ on record, yo, LaMelo might struggle this game. This team has a bunch of length. LaMelo might struggle this game, or I'll text DJ and I'll be like, yo, Melo's not being aggressive. Don't I do that, DJ?
Yep, all the time. All the time. And matter of fact, there was a game. Do you remember which game I told you that LaMelo would not have a good game and he put up decent stats, but he didn't really have a good game? Rev, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, remember that one game I told you that I said that LaMelo won't have his most efficient shooting game, but he'll do just enough.
Yeah, I remember.
So we've been consistent. Trust me, when LaMelo had a game where he didn't start shooting off the back, I questioned that. I even text Rev and I said, man, I don't like that type of style. He need to switch it up. We talk about these things all the time, but for some reason, we say anything about Lonzo or we constructively criticize, it's World War III. Matter of fact, it was the Sixers game. It was the second Sixers game when they lost 118 to 101. I told Rev that would be a bad game for LaMelo shooting rise, and I was right because the Sixers have so much length and they know how to play tall guards. LaMelo shot 5 for 16 in that game. I expected it, but since he's a rookie, I treated him like a rookie.
So we're saying Lonzo ain't a rookie.
Exactly. That's the point.
Lonzo's not he been and like you were saying, DJ, but honestly, to the chat, does Lonzo look more happy or more into it when he's rapping in the music videos or when he's on the court? Where does he look at his happiest? Let's just be for real. I mean, and that happens to people all the time. Sometimes you're just not feeling something as much anymore. Sometimes your heart's not in it. These are unique circumstances. There ain't no fans. You know what I'm saying? There ain't like they're doing bubbles and you don't know if the season's going to get cancelled at any point. It's complicated. You got to do a lot of isolation. You can't live your normal life. That has a toll on some players. And Lonzo's been through a lot in terms of his pre-NBA career. And like the climate of where the world's at, as soon as things started to get better in his personal life, that's when all of the stuff like out of his control in the world kind of went south. So for him, like he doesn't look like he's enjoying himself out the court. You rarely see him smile. It's like he's good at basketball. He's really good at it. So he goes out there and that's what he does for his profession. And of course he's going to do okay. Of course he could because he's a great basketball player. He's very talented. But you can never be the best at something if your heart isn't 100% in it. LaMelo, you see LaMelo on the court, he's smiling all game long. He looks like he's just blessed and happy to be in the NBA, no matter what's thrown his way. Lonzo, in the media and his interviews, it doesn't look like he's enjoying it. And that could be why he's playing the way he's playing right now. But this is a contract year. He's got to be selfish, and he's not being selfish. He's not holding himself to his own word about what he was going to do this season. He put the expectations on himself. It wasn't LeVar talking in the media. He said, I want to be most improved player this year. He said, it was my fault for the bubble. I hold myself accountable. I'm going to be better. He told Bleacher Report, post my stuff next year. It's like, okay, Lonzo, we're hearing it from you now. Maybe it's a bit different. But again, it just seems like slight improvements, but not enough improvements. And certainly not what we were expecting a few years ago coming into the league.
Man, preaching to the choir, bro. And I got to read this. The Amigo said the problem is they play him as a spot up shooter, bro. We already talked about that. So are you saying Lonzo should just let them ruin his career, or should he handle it like a man and like a boss and take his career his own hands? What sounds better? Us whining and complaining that the coach ain't treating him right, ain't putting him in the best position, or giving him solutions what he needs to do? You know what he needs to do, but you're not saying it because you want us to blame the coaches after we already did. So what's it going to be? Are we going to just do the same thing like everybody else? Blame the coach, blame his teammates. Or are we going to give him solutions? The solution is there. Speak up and handle your business.
DJ, I got a question for you. I got a question for you, right? And I got a question for the chat as well. When it comes to the coach, okay? Coaches ideally in their head have a role for every player on the team. The hard part is getting everyone to buy into their role, because what's best for the team isn't always what's best for the individual player. Okay, there's got to be some balance. You got to do what the coach wants you to do, but at the same time, do what's best for you at the same time. Lonzo seems to be like a coach's puppet. That's why coaches probably love him. You know what I'm saying? Because he does exactly what they tell him to do. It's like, Lonzo, you're a spot-up shooter. You just play defense and run up and down the court. They probably love that. Whereas with some people on the team and some players in different situations, it's like they do their own thing as well. And you can get away with that in the NBA. You push your limits to the most you can, because like you got to look as good as possible, because you know they'll switch up on you at any point. You got to, you know what I'm saying, get yours. It's important. It's a selfish league, like you were saying. So what he needs to do is think more about himself than just the team always. And what people are saying now about him being just a spot-up shooter, he wasn't just a spot-up shooter when he was in LA. What was your excuse then? He wasn't just a spot-up shooter last season per se in New Orleans. Okay, there was a lot of ball handling. It was a weird offense, but it's a new coaching system now. You don't like this either. You didn't like what Luke Walton was doing. You didn't like what Alvin Gentry was doing. Heck, and what if he goes to another situation next year and you don't like what the coach is doing there? How many times can you keep pointing the finger at the coach? Like with the Ball family, you know what I'm saying? It makes us look bad in a sense, because we're always blaming the coach. We're blaming James Borrego. We blamed the Chino Hills coaches. We blamed Steve Alford for having Jello off the bench, like presumably at the time. The Lithuanian coach for not starting him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Luke Walton, Alvin Gentry, all Alonzo's coaches, we don't work with them. Bro, at some point, you got to point the finger at the players, and you can't just blame everyone else around them for what that one person is not doing.
And DCAM, I got to read this, what Running Back 2021 says. If Lonzo comes out with a monster game, I don't want to. I mean, he says, I just want to know what y'all will say. We'll say,
be happy
good.
As hell. What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
we'll be happy, and we'll say, yeah, let's hope this keeps up. Of course.
I mean, what are y'all expecting us to say? Like, you think we want him to do bad? Like, no one on this panel wants him to do bad. So if he has a great game, I will happily come on here and be like, I was wrong. I hope he stays consistent. This is exciting. This is the best news ever. I mean, what do you mean? Like these questions, like somebody made the comment, Antonio made the comment and said, y'all talking about Lonzo rapping, Dame rap, sleep emojis, reach, Sue Surf. That was funny as hell. I like that. Bars. Don DeMarco. But with that being said, Dame could drop 50 on you on any night, bro. Come on, bro. Like y'all need to stop throwing out these names, man. Like these names aren't matching up with your argument. You just said Dame. Somebody earlier said Steph Curry. I love Lonzo Ball. I think he could be a hell of a player. I think he could be an all-star. But right now, you're comparing him to an MVP and a guy who can get hot on any night and hit you with 50. Come on, man. Like we gotta be objective and we gotta be fair, man. Everything in a reach. Some people saying we're speaking like we know Lonzo. What's weird to me, y'all speaking like y'all know Lonzo. You speaking like you're playing for Lonzo. But the problem is you can't play for Lonzo. And typing on some keys angry and calling people culture vultures and saying people don't really support Lonzo and being mad at your phone is not going to make Lonzo play better. Lonzo's got to make Lonzo play better.
Bro, you know what's crazy?
What's that?
Lonzo Ball takes accountability of the media every time he messes up. And some of the same people that saying we're too harsh are saying we're being too critical on Lonzo. That doesn't make any sense. If Lonzo Ball himself is being critical, that means fans should be objective and critical. What do you want him to do? Just blame the coach? You know, it's not my fault. The coach is just not letting me be the point guard. No, that's not what you do. You take charge. That's all we want from him. And thanks for the super chat to Maurice Hemrick. Thank you for the $9 super chat. He said Lonzo has been locking up other players' best guards, but his heart is not in it. Brandon Ingram got ejected. He took the game over. He shot 15 plus a game. He was in a shooting slump. Look it up, man. You're right. That fourth quarter was great, but I want to see that more often. I'm tired of seeing good game, bad game, bad game, bad game, good game. On offense, of course, because he's been doing well on defense. That's all we're looking for. Consistency. That's all. Consistency.
DJ, I want to say something. Dante was saying some situation with the brother that just signed off DKM. I can't speak on another man's business or no situation like that. But for me, Alan Foster was a sucker. He been a sucker. And I've always looked at him as a Benedict Arnold. I never liked his vibe or nothing like that. But if that's your complaint, I'm sure that brother can address that at whatever time. You know what I'm saying? But I saw, hold on now, he wasn't the only one that is, I'm gonna leave that alone, but he's not the only one. With that being said, somebody made an interesting comment talking about Lonzo after the Alan Foster situation. I do think, to me, and I'm just using my eyes, man, excuse me for using my eyes, it does seem like the Alan Foster situation took a lot out of him. It does seem like that situation took a lot out of him. So I don't know. It's unfortunate. Like I said, Lonzo been through a lot of unfair and he gets a lot of unfair treatment. So I'm not blaming him for being blackballed, and I'm not blaming him for how he's been treated. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not his fault and the things that he went through. Once again, DJ and I are just trying to lay out the keys of success in our minds that we feel like he can utilize in order to be the player we all think he could be.
Good point, my brother. Wealth Engineering, thank you for the $10 super chat. He said, I have a question for all three of you guys. Well, two, because DKM left. He says, do you think LeVar's training affected Lonzo's personality and made him a beta male as he listened to his alpha dad? Could that have traumatized by LeVar? No, because LaMelo listened to that same training, and you see the dog he is. Some players, their nature is different from others. Kids they pick one way or another. Some may pick off their aunts or aunties or other family members. Some may take a liking to their father. It happens. It just seems that it looks like LaMelo took that aggression and that drive to want to be great. He gets it from his father. It's pretty obvious. If you look at LaMelo's interviews, he said his mother and father raised a killer. That tells me enough right there. It's just maybe Lonzo has always been that, don't want to ruffle any feathers, don't want to cause friction. Like, he seemed like a person from what I'm seeing. I don't know the person. I don't know Lonzo like that. So I can't speak to something I don't know. But from afar, he does seem like the type of person that doesn't handle controversy or adversity well. Like he'd rather just have it, just nip it in the bud and just do his own thing.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, that's a difficult question to answer. That's a difficult question to answer because I'm not Zoe, so I don't know. But I've seen situations where that happens in a positive way and it happens in a negative way. But I tend to side with DJ and just say, look, man, everybody ain't got to be the same way. You know what I'm saying? And Lonzo might just have a different makeup. And once again, God forbid, maybe Lonzo just wants to do other things in his life. Maybe it could be. That doesn't make his story bad or anything like that. Or Lonzo could have the motivation to be, you know what I'm saying, to be the greatest basketball player of all time, but we just don't know it. Whatever the case may be, tomorrow night, I'm hoping to see him start turning that thing around, and I'm rooting for him 100%. And if he does, and if he goes on to be consistent for the rest of the year, I'll be happy as hell. I will be happy as hell, and I'm not lying. Wealth Engineering said, Rev, I've seen the same thing after Alan Foster. He was not the same. Yeah. It's been weird. It's very weird energy with Zoe, man. It's just very weird energy with Zoe. And it could be because he made a comment today in his media availability, DJ. He said, well, really, once I get past half court, I'm not really playing point guard anymore. I'm playing more shooting guard. So I just got to be ready to hit my open shots and knock them down, like Stan said. That could have been his way of saying that he's frustrated with his role. That could have. What you think about that, DJ?
Yeah, I think it's a cry for help. I really do. Since he is not going to tell his coach that or tell his teammates, hey, we can't win with this type of basketball. It's another way for him crying for help. Not in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, I feel bad for the brother. I truly do, because he's in the pendulum right now. He doesn't know what to do with this situation. He's always played with unselfish teammates in UCLA, Chino Hills, and now he's with a selfish team. He doesn't want to seem like the bad guy if he yells at his teammates. He doesn't want to seem like a head case if he speaks out. So I saw it in his eyes. Lonzo, he wants to be traded. He wants to be free. He wants to play point guard. That's why it hurts, because you see the pain, man. He's not able to play point guard, but he doesn't know what to do. So don't get mad at us for giving Lonzo the advice. That's the answer. Sometimes you got to do things that are uncomfortable to have the end result. Lonzo must speak out, and it doesn't have to be to the media. Have a team meeting, orchestrate that, and set the record straight. This is his future on the line. And I know Lonzo wants to get that bag. I know he wants to be great. But he can't allow everyone to be comfortable. All this comfortability, that's what's ruining him. Once he gets away from that, and he could finally have the joy of the game, things will be better. But he has to say something. He cannot allow them to ruin his future. I see what the Pelicans are doing. It's very obvious. Come on, man. He's not a wing. We know he's not a small forward or a shooting guard. This is what bad franchise do. And Wealth Engineering said, facts, DJ. Lonzo said he was happy when Melo spoke out to LeVar to be at Spar. He should find inspiration from that moment. Yeah, he was happy. And I believe LeVar gained some respect for LaMelo for giving him his opinion. He was like, I bet he was like, man, I didn't expect my youngest to say that to me. But what happened after that? LeVar was being a good parent. And he's like, if this is what you want, I'm by your side. It's funny, the media and the shines will always say LeVar is a bad parent. But whenever his kids wanted something, he did it for them. That's a result of a great father. That's a result of a leader, of a man who is unapologetically black, who has a ruling class mentality, and doesn't give a damn what you think of him. And if we all in this chat and those that are listening had that type of mindset, we'll have great families, great income in the household, and better lives.
Bro, just to piggyback off what you're saying, that's the mentality that I hope Lonzo has, and I hope he carries forward more than anything. And I'm being so serious when I say this, man. And Jason Zimmerman, you're absolutely right, and they're setting up all the plans for the future to be without Zoe. It's obvious if you look at them, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because my hope and my wish, my biggest hope and my biggest wish, is for him to get the hell away from 21 Second BI. Like I really just want to see this guy get a chance to play basketball professionally in the NBA without Kyle Kuzma or 21 Second BI. That's really what I just want to see. That we, as supporters, as fans, or whatever, we have been robbed of seeing him at any point in his career during an extended period of time without one of those two guys. You know what I'm saying? So I would just like, I'm not giving up on Zoe. I'm not. I have my own personal thoughts about the mindset and where, it looks like it could be heading, but that doesn't mean that I'm right. And that doesn't mean that I'm not rooting for him to do better than what I fear could happen. But I would love to see him get an opportunity the hell away from 21 Second BI, man. I feel like it's stunning his development. It's stunning his growth. And I feel like on the court, that definitely has to take the fun out of the game. To just sit in a corner and watch a guy get the ball off the board, dribble the ball up the court, and dribble for 21 seconds and fan you off and shoot a 15-foot jump shot every night you play has to be draining. So I would love to see him get an opportunity away from 21 Second BI. I don't give a damn where he playing, bro. He could be playing for the worst team in the league. Just to see him away from 21 Second BI would be good enough for me.
Excellent point, man. We just want Lonzo to be free, man. To be a point guard for once, to have an identity. That's all we want. And we're praying for Zoe. This is an uphill battle. We see what the Pelicans are trying to do. But is Lonzo Ball going to make the adjustments to protect his future? I want you all, I know you guys are going to laugh because this is YouTube, but I want you to pray for Lonzo. That he searches for guidance from the Most High, that he can get away from toxic energy, and that he can be free from what they're trying to do. It's sad, man. I'm hoping for the best for Lonzo, and we'll see what happens. All praise to the Most High. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. As this channel is growing, expect better content. Expect more live streams. Continue to support the channel and represent new media. Thank you, Red, for joining the show like always. Peace.